How the Dr. Sarkar is to look at Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is a very good man, and he is like a very simple, like a child. And Dr. Sarkar, he was all the time appreciating the simplicity of the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, but at the same time, he was thinking why you should consider him as God. But the Girish Ghosh, now he said, what else can I do? Now, this particular passage where the Master Bhasha has recorded the conversation between these two, and both of them were famous in their respective field. The Girish Chandra Ghosh was very, very successful in his own field, and he said, what else can I do? Oh, how else shall I regard a person who has taken me across the ocean of the world, and what is still more, the ocean of doubt? Now, this is the very word, ocean of doubt. There is no doubt in the mind that God is there. That means the ultimate goal of the pursuit of spirituality. Swami Vivekananda afterwards wrote, Samshaya Rakshasa Nasha Mahastram. Samshaya means the doubt. Rakshasa, the devils. Nasha, to abolish. Mahastram, that tremendous power and weapon that destroy the doubt. When we are having the doubts in our mind, is that God is there? So obviously, we won't try to pursue. Okay, there's good people, that much. But God is there, and God is the only being, and except God, nothing happens. If we have the complete faith in that, that means the whole thing changes. That is, we have to, and that way we have to understand. So this says, and when the Girish Ghosh is mentioning, what else can I do? Because all my doubts have gone. In the Upanishad also it says, when you realize God, it is Brahman they mention in the Upanishad, when you realize Brahman, you become the knower of Brahman, what happens? All the doubts goes away. Vidyate hridaya granthi, chiddante sarva samshayaha. Samshaya means doubts. All doubts vanishes because you have seen Tashmin Dishte Paravare. You are experiencing that, the supreme consciousness as yourself. There cannot be any doubt at all. I am that. I have seen that. I have realized that. How can I believe even 100 times all the scholars of the world, if they come and say, which I have realized, I have seen, I have experienced, if they say, no, you have not, I'm not going to accept that. It is like this. The conviction of the realization can never be the word. It never will go anywhere. No doubt will arise. That is the main word. I was really, after reading this, I was astounded. The Girish Chandra Ghosh said, I regard a person who has taken me across the ocean of the world. What is this world? We know the world means name and form. Nama, Rupa, Jagat. Nama, the name and the form, and nothing else is there. Nama, Rupa, this Jagat, I have gone beyond that. That means there is no name, there is no form, there is one tranquility, one consciousness existing. And what is still more, the ocean of doubt. There is no doubt at all. When we go to deep sleep, we experience this oneness. But as because we are not aware at that time, we go to sleep and we see the dream, and then a time come, we enter into the dreamless sleep condition. Coming back from there, we remember the dreamless sleep condition because that was the time I enjoyed the most. Why? Because my mind was completely free. There was no waves of thoughts. So obviously I enjoyed, but then I forget it. Every day it is happening to almost everyone. But when we go to that particular stage through meditation, knowingly, when we reach toward there, we find, oh yes, this is the excellent. Girish Chandra must have reached over there. That is the reason with such conviction he is mentioning this, that he has taken me in the beyond doubt. There is nothing in him that I do not hold sacred. There is nothing in him that I do not hold sacred. And not only that, to emphasize, you won't believe. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said that he has 100% faith. Can I ever look on even his excreta as filthy? That is Girish Chandra Ghosh. Doctor, as a doctor, naturally, these type of things are not very common to them. They, at the time of learning and the taste and all that, they do, that they say, oh, this question of excreta doesn't bother me. I too have no feeling of repugnance, etc., etc. And then he may say, grocer's child brought me, etc. But what Girish said at that moment, doctor could not understand, doctor could not realize the importance of that. Having the complete faith that this person is nothing but God. The same feeling was have this Bhagavan Swami Vivekananda was having about Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And he convinced his brother disciples who were having little doubt, oh, this is a cancer. And people not in those days they were not having any clear idea about the cancer, so they were doubtful whether it is contagious or not. So they were thinking, shall we clean this thing or not, used by him? Vivekananda said, he is God, and nothing in him that we can doubt. So we see the Girish Chandra Ghosh, an householder. We see Vivekananda, a monk, completely. But both of them having no doubt that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is that supreme being in human form. The Girish was in the very much in Shamshara. He was earning money. He was a playwright. He was a director. He used to stage the plays and used to earn money by that. He was working with the different type of people, mostly drunkards. And in those days, the ladies, they were also different. Girish was in that situation, whereas the Narendra, he was completely free from all those. He was meditating, he was reading the scripture, he was having the discourses with the discussions with the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and also among themselves with the other brother disciples. So his life and Girish's life, one is sannyasa life, another grihastha life, but both are reaching to the same goal. Then much afterwards, then one of the direct disciples of Swami Vivekananda, Birejananda Ji Maharaj, he has composed a stotra. At the last line, he mentioned, Tagi Gehi Sebya Nitta Pavanangri Pankajam. Tagi and Gehi. Tagi means renouncer, Gehi means the householders. Both they are serving that supreme God. Tagi Gehi Sebya Nitya, regularly, every day. They are serving the same God and getting the same result because of the purity, because of the grace of God. That is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Only few, very handful and blessed people can understand this. Otherwise, we always make mistake because we don't have that purity to understand the purity of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. So what happened? All mystical things and some of the things that we like, when we see that manifested in that, we think, oh, that is God. Our God is so powerful. Our God is this, that. But Sri Ramakrishna is showing no magic, no mystical power, but only pure, genuine love, and which has no boundary. And that is the symbol of God. God is love, friends. We must remember, we fight in the name of religion, that is because of our ego, because of our understanding and interpretation. So this God, this religion, that religion, and then we mixed up with some of the power struggle, that's called politics, or the economy, and our ego, of course, they are the main ingredient, and then we fight. And we blame the religion, no. We blame God, no. God is nothing but love. God is unselfishness. Anyone, whether he is in the household, whether he is a recluse, whether he is a monastic, anyone can realize God. And what will be the feeling? No doubt at all about the existence of the God. There will be no doubt at all. So that is called religion. And about Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, we find that Girish was not having any doubt. But here we find the doctor, I cannot cover my nose when the scavenger passes by me with a tub of, on his head. In those days, that was the doctor Sarkar is taking this example when the Girish mentioned. In a medical science, they are always handling this. So I don't feel. That is, he couldn't understand in that way. No, I cannot do that. I know very well that there is no difference between a scavenger and myself. And a different angle is, why should I look down on him? Can't I take the dust of his, meaning Sri Ramakrishna, he is mentioning. He is mentioning, we have to understand, Dr. Sharka, slowly the transformation is coming, but his expressions are not like Girish Chandra Ghosh. He is not a devotee yet. And the spiritual way or religious way, the same thing the ordinary people, the worldly people, they will speak, and the same example when a monk gave or nun gave, that is different. So obviously they are not understanding this. Where what the Girish Ghosh mentioned, they could not understand, and he is mentioning in this way. Don't you think that I can touch him? Then he is coming at the doctor saluted Sri Ramakrishna and touched the master's feet with his forehead. Friends, I have marked these lines. Now we have started reading about Dr. Mahendralal Sarkar, a man who is coming, and every time the one word he mentioned to Master Mahasaya, to Girish, and to the others, Narendra and others, were very young. We can understand that Dr. Sarkar was elder than Sri Ramakrishna. So naturally, Narendra and all, they were children. So he never talked with them, but he talked with the Master Mahasaya, our Mahendralal Gupta, and the Girish, or the same. Again and again he said, he is a very good man, pointing Sri Ramakrishna. He is a very good man, but don't say that he is God. Why? The God means miracle. God means he is not having any disease in his body. God means that he must be everywhere. So, like this conception, the idea, the theosophical people, they were thinking the God must be flying from the Himalaya and then they will come and help us, and again they go back to Himalaya, all this. But a human who is having the same thing like the very, very ordinary human being, the obviously we have doubt. Can he be God? He is living with us, talking with us, making jokes, making fun, and at the same time, he is God? Dr. Sarkar was arguing with himself and more getting that attractions towards Sri Ramakrishna, and he came and never took any and the money from them, from the devotees, and he was going on helping Sri Ramakrishna. And by that way, hearing and touching, the association, purifying his mind, which was full with the worldly things. Now, Sri Ramakrishna understood it. So he said, stop all those things, your lecture and all this for a few days. Come here frequently, listen, and then get the benefit of spiritual life. That is the ultimate. If you develop the spiritual life, then ultimately you are so happy in this world. Whether the people are respecting you or not, discussing about you or not, and recognizing you or not, doesn't matter at all. You are happy. And happiness is our goal. So the Sri Ramakrishna, and that happiness never depends on anything worldly. In the very wonderful way he is mentioning here that, see, the Dr. Sarkar saluted Sri Ramakrishna and touched the master's feet with his forehead. With his forehead, not by hand, but with his forehead. That means the great devotion has already there aroused in the master, in the doctor. That is called transformation. Why I am mentioning a man coming to a holy person, and slowly, slowly the association gives him the idea, yes, this is true religion. Then he develops that faith. And once the faith comes, yes, God is there. Not that I will get the money, I will get the. Some people, they are taking the name of Sri Ramakrishna and they will have the organization, they will organize the program, but they do it for their own personal benefit. Sometimes rich people will construct the temple, but they will do that only to satisfy their own ego. People will say, you know, he has constructed a temple. You know, now he is worshipping. You know, he is feeding the people without any charges. This is all his ego, ego, ego. But look at the life of the Rani Rashmani. She constructed Dakshinesha, but she was hiding. She never came forward. And that is called devotion. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna touched him under the pretext as if he is punishing the Rashmani, because Rashmani at that time, thinking some litigation, uh, the landlords naturally, a lot of legal problems are there. He was thinking, sitting at the feet of the goddess Kali, and while Sri Ramakrishna was singing a devotional song, instead of meditating, she was thinking, and Sri Ramakrishna touched him under the pretext that, hey, what you are doing? It is slapped. Externally, people, they were wondering, my God, a paid servant, a paid priest is slapping the queen? But the queen herself was so happy. She told, oh, no, 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 no. It is a blessings for me. The moment he touched, that pure touch, that completely took away all my anxieties, the worldly thoughts, and filled my mind with joy. That is a great incident that happened. Friends, if you have not read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna, I would request read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna. It's a wonderful life, full of dramatic things, and how, in a different way, he is helping people to develop their spirituality. Here we find the complete that transformation of Dr. Sarkar, the proud man who never believed in God, who his God was, of course, he believed in God in a different way, and his God was the completely different thought. Never ever thought in very ordinary person, his own patient is the God himself. Now, with the Girish Ghosh words, he changed his attitude, touched his forehead at the feet of the Sri Ramakrishna, and now he is 100% transformed. Though maybe his words will be different because he never knew how to, but Sri Ramakrishna knew that he has completely transformed and he was very happy. Girish, oh, the angels are saying, blessed, blessed be this auspicious moment. Girish Ghosh, almost like a friend, he was mentioning the angels. And in those days, mostly people in the Western life, Western influence were very much in those days, and particularly Calcutta being the capital of the British Empire, naturally the influence was there. So he is mentioning in that way, blessed, blessed be this auspicious moment, the angels are saying. Doctor, what is there to marvel at in taking the dust of a man's feet? I can take the dust of everybody's feet. See, the doctor trying to cover up. Give me, all of you, dust of your feet is becoming humble, and that is one of the sign of a devotee. Devotee is always humble. He will never boast up. He will go to the ashrama. He may be very rich man. He may be highly educated, qualified. He may be socially recognized person, but he will be very humble in the ashrama, in the temple, because there he is one of the devotees. He will never try to show up. So that is the sign of the spiritual progress. That Dr. Sarkar, a transformed personality, now touching the feet and ready to touch the feet of ordinary people. The doctor touched the feet of all the devotees. He touched the feet of all the devotees. And the moment you are free from your ego, you are the blessed one. Ego is constantly making that problem. We can't see God because the ego is standing in between me and my God. My ego, I, that sense, I am so and so, I am an educated person, I am a learned man, I am a rich man, I am socially advanced man, that is actually standing before me, and I cannot recognize the actual spirituality. And I think that I am spiritual, so I make my way, but that is again the expression of my ego. I construct a temple, I organize a puja, I feed people, I give this thing, but it is I. The people, they go and say, oh, this is his temple. They never say the God's temple. It is his temple. He gave us the prasad. It's not God's prasad. He gave us. Ego is going on increasing, though under the pretext of this. So that is also one way good. Instead of doing something bad, that is also all right. But the true spiritual development means completely free from ego. So that is exactly what we see, and now the doctors. Narendra to the doctor. We think of him, meaning the master, as a person who is like God. Narendra was a young man, but as we all know, he was very advanced in his thoughts. And if we look at his age, then we can think, oh, the young man is talking. But actually, he was very, very advanced in his thought, and he was not a very ordinary person, that afterwards Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna disclosed that he is not at all ordinary. But anyway, now at this moment, you see that Narendra sitting over there, he is mentioning, we think of him, that means Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, as a person who is like God. Do you know, sir, what is it like? There is a point between the vegetable creation and the animal creation where it is very difficult to determine whether a particular thing is a vegetable or an animal. Likewise, there is a stage between the man world and the God world. There is the extremely hard to say whether a person is a man or God. As because he is a man of science, the Swami Vivekananda is mentioning, there is a point, it is very difficult to say whether it is an animal or a plant. That is true. Plants are also having the life. They also feel pain. But the expression is not there. Of course, there. But we, from the ordinary sight, we cannot see that. So we think it is all right, killing the plants. But while killing an animal, the huge number, a few if you are slaughtering, if you are for their flesh, for your food, some people they eat, we think, oh my God, so cruel they are, because of the expression of the animal. But what about the plants, the trees? The same. The Swami Vivekananda is mentioning in that way. It's very difficult to determine whether a particular thing is a vegetable or an animal. Then, with the simile that he is mentioning, it is difficult to say man world and God world. Doctor, well, my dear young friend, one cannot apply analogies to things divine. Dr. Sarkar is mentioning, you cannot. Narendra, I do not say that he is God. What I am saying is that he is a God-like man. Doctor, one should suppress one's feeling in such a matter. Now we can understand this Narendra, the young Narendra, would be Vivekananda, and that he is maturing himself, but he is trying to clear up his mind, and very sharp. He is mentioning in that way, but Dr. Sarkar, as a matured elderly person, he is mentioning that you must suppress the feeling in such a matter. It is bad to give vent to them. Alas, no one understands my own feelings. Even my best friend thinks of me as a stern and cruel person. Even people like you will perhaps one day throw me out after beating me with your shoes. Sri Ramakrishna, don't say such things. They love you so much. They await your coming as eagerly as the bridesmaid in the bridal chamber await the coming of the groom. Sri Ramakrishna. Even at that time, he is always very, in a very nice way, he plays this thing, that they love you. The devotees, when they come together, they see each other, they should love each other. If it is not, that means something wrong in that devotee. Maybe that devotee wants some special attention, and that is why they cannot love each other. The here, Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, no, they love you. We all love Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Then when we come, we have one place where all our interest goes and meet. That is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Then we are all equal and we love each other, we care for each other, think about each other, pray for each other. That is called brotherhood. And when that is the mind, all grow together. That's why in the Buddhism, Lord Buddha mentioned Shangam Sharanam Gacchami. The Shangha concept is this. Shangha means all are same. Different type of people, men, women, children, and sometimes a different social status, different varieties of people. But they all come and they try to be good people because they love God. And naturally, when they are loving God, thinking about God, hearing about God, meditating on God, their worldly, all these things which is connected with the ego goes away to a great extent. So they become friendly to each other. And that is called satsanga. When the dacoits are together, their only purpose is to loot, is to go and snatch the things from the people. All they are planning in that way. But when the devotees come, they love God. And naturally, the person who is leading them, he must be also the divine personality and guiding them properly. The Sri Ramakrishna, with one word, is mentioning that no, don't think in that way, that if you come and speak in a different language, different way, express your feeling, they will be angry and they will throw you out. No, that is not. And particularly in the association of Sri Ramakrishna, so many varieties of ideas, but they all live together. So that is the beauty of the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. The Sri Ramakrishna organization afterwards, it was made by Swami Vivekananda, but actually it was Sri Ramakrishna who started it. Then he gave the complete idea to Swami Vivekananda and others. Ma Sharadamani Devi also helped them. What is the speciality of this organization? There are many organizations, monastic organization. But in the Ramakrishna mission, the beauty is, the speciality is, uniqueness is, varieties of opinions are there, but they live together. Varieties of ideas are there, but they live together. And they are coming from different, the monastics, coming from different walks of life. Some are very rich, some are highly qualified, but they all live together. And that is the beauty. When we are coming to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, I put away all my things. And whatever qualification I am having, quality I am having, that I am offering to God. I can cook, so I am cooking for God. I can clean, and I am cleaning the vessels and cleaning the floor for God. I can give a talk nicely, I can frame the words, yes, he is giving the talk. Someone can write, he is writing. Someone can develop the flower garden, they are doing it. So many varieties. But they are all worshipping God. And that is the beauty. So friends, we will stop over here. This is, don't say such thing. They love you so much. They await your coming. So all devotees are welcome. Thank you, friends. And from here, we will start reading in the next Wednesday. You know that the first retreat, that will be from day after tomorrow, from the Friday. So Friday morning, we will go to the Ganges, our Vivekananda Retreat Center in Michigan City. And it is from our place, it is almost 2.5 hour drive. And all devotees will be there, will be staying together, cooking and eating and discussing and chit chatting. And the Swami, he has come from London. He will be giving the class and on 4 yogas. This is the first retreat we are going to have. Thank you very much. May the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna, let everyone be happy. Is there any question? So let us chant this mantra and we conclude. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavasaram parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.